In addition to the many school districts throughout the Mahoning Valley that have been rated excellent by the state of Ohio, there are individual students whose achievements can only be regarded as exceptional. There are educational programs that are both innovative and effective, and community organizations that recognize that educating and training the next generation is everybody's responsibility. Here are just a few of those stories. Every Friday, Second Harvest Food Bank, with financial assistance from the Mahoning Valley United Way and other organizations, provides a backpack of food for the weekend for students in need.
Several kids that come to me on Monday mornings, particularly on Mondays, and asking me if they could have more food because they were hungry. And I say, why are you hungry? And he said, well, we haven't had anything to eat since Friday. So I was looking for a program, like Backpack Program, but I didn't know where to look. And my superintendent called me. He says, I have some people here, Mike Iberis and Rebecca Martinez from the Second Harvest Program, and they're looking to do something in the Mahoning County area to feed kids. And I said, send them to me.
We exist to feed the people that are in need, and it became evident to us that the growing number of children that are in poverty and are hungry was becoming a crisis for our valley. In the Camel City schools, the poverty level was at such a rate that a program like this would fit in perfectly.
Well, United Way, among three impact areas that are important to us, is nurturing our children, and what better way to nurture children than by making sure they have food. Both United Way and our volunteers were very pleased to have an opportunity to support this particular program.
The kids sitting in a classroom hungry, their focus is on being hungry, their focus is not on the lesson. So if we take care of the hungry part, if we can take care of that, then that takes the kid up to where we're paying attention to the lesson. So the Backpack Program fills that gap we had on those weekends. Kids come in on Monday not hungry and sitting in a classroom wondering when they're going to eat. They're sitting in a classroom saying, hey, I ate over the weekend, now I can study, now I can learn.
Zachary Zuga was on his way to 7th grade science class when he suffered a full cardiac arrest.
I was just coming back from lunch, and there was a 5th or 6th grader running down the hallway screaming to call 911. We were really lucky because his physician was actually one of the people that came with the ambulance.
He gradually came back to become full-time, and you can just see it with the students. And the principal at that time had told me on many occasions he was an inspiration to a lot of the students because he came from, again, near death to coming and performing as he always did in the classroom.
Well, the school provided a tutor for me, and that helped, but mostly I did a lot of personal studying and development. I went home and I took what we did the one day I missed, and I went through and I'm like, okay, I get this, let's do the homework. I did it, I turned it in, and if I missed something, I'd ask, okay, why'd I miss that? They'd explain it to me, and we'd get to the next paper.
His scores last year on the OAT were exceptional, and he's just an all-around good academic student. You want to teach for the next 100 years when you have kids like that.
The Bridges with Mathematics K-5 and Connected Mathematics Project 6 through 8 programs in the Warren City Schools emphasize important math concepts through addressing a problem in multiple ways.
Last year, I was really good in math, but this year I'm even better in math with all the new things. All the games are helping us. A lot of things are making it easier for us to do math.
They're seeing that there's not just one way to solve a problem, so we're hitting all the diversity of our children.
And we're also having more math talk, appropriately math talk going on. It's exciting.
Yeah, the
really
vocab and the remembering.
It's easy. It's very easy. It's my better subjects of everything else. And timetables, that was too easy to learn.
We have had generations of people who say, I can't do math.
Yes.
It's too hard. I don't like it. And I think we're starting to break that cycle. Yeah, I do like math, and I can do it.
The Niles Rotary Club formed a partnership with Niles McKinley High School's Test-Taking and Study Skills program.
We have board members and other members of the Rotary that are associated with the school. And indirectly, we learned about the needs of the students in Niles. And this program that they first told us about, we thought that Rotary could help impact in a positive manner the education process.
The Rotary's involvement has made a big difference in the program because now you have students who are able to keep all of their papers together, trying to teach them organizational skills. So the Rotary bought them all like binders to keep that information together. They bought note cards to help them utilize some of the skills that we've been going over, how to make note cards, how to study with them.
Well, she'll give us like a paragraph and we'll take like notes and try to paraphrase them, and then she'll ask us about it.
We've tried some other note-taking strategies, and the kids coming and showing me their notes saying, look, I used this technique in class and it saved me a lot of time.
Rotary got involved because we wanted to have a positive impact on the students and help them succeed.
The Salem Junior Mothers Club organized and presented a series of 3 Reading is Fundamental programs to the second graders of Buckeye Elementary School.
We received a grant to run this program about 20 years ago. And up until last year, we had run it with our PTO officers. And at that point, it got a little bit cumbersome because of all the activities we wanted to run and the lack of personnel. So I went to the Mothers Club, having known them previously because my wife had been involved, and asked them would they come on board, would they run the programs, I'll continue to do the paperwork, we'll get the money from the government, and you all can be a community service group as they wanted to be.
We incorporate the people we bring in to talk to the children. There's always a question and answer time about how reading is important to the job that they perform. We have a lot of fun with the kids. We've brought in music, arts and crafts. There's always something that they take back with them into the classroom.
The biggest thing they like to see is the fact that they're able to do something and it all centers around and goes back to the importance of reading. So that's really what makes the program work, is the kids getting to see how the adults use reading, how they can use reading, how their peers use reading, and it all fits together.
We try and get the kids interacting and really understanding that reading is more than just sitting down and reading a book. Our goal is to make education fun, and we do it.